Hello, 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 sir. Any of y'all remember that? I think it was a jump rope game. My mother used to sing it when we would jump rope. Hello, 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 sir. Meet me at the grocer. No, sir. Yes, sir. Something like that. But I don't remember all the lyrics. But I remember that first part. Anyhow, how are you guys doing? This is going to be the fifth seal from the Holy Megillah. Enoch has been deemed worthy to open up the seven seals of the group ovum, and it first describes it as being the book of life. And so these are the seals that are on the book. It ain't even what's in the book. That's one thing I wanted to say. These are the seals. Now, I did mention in the previous video I just did that it's a possibility, the way my mind thinks, that these are the seven thunders that were sealed. And now Enoch, because he opened up the seven seals, which are his chakras, he was deemed worthy to see these visions. And this is a good one. This is about the angel of holy work. And the fifth seal is about the angel of holy work and the angel of life. And pay attention, because after I read this about a week ago, I was talking to my daughter, and she's now 23, I think. And it just all came to me today that back in 1998, it was around 98. I don't remember the month, but it was before I was pregnant with this daughter that I'm talking about. And to give you guys a little bit about me, I have 6 children, 5 daughters and 1 son, and most of them are grown up and moved on in their life now. They're not here with me in this house, but they are doing their thing. And I was talking to her about this seal and about the difference between holy work and what it starts to describe in here as what the false powers ended up turning work into, and how it kind of flipped our minds into thinking backwards. And so we're but you'll see what I mean when we get into this seal. About the holy work and the eternal life and life force, because they're mixed, they're together. This is what this seal explains. Other than that, I wanted to say, and what I was explaining to her was that they've kind of flipped it on us to make us think that when we go to work, that it's for wealth, and that it's supposed to, but it's all backwards. The work that we're doing has nothing to do with holy work. I explained something about, like, you could be working at McDonald's, like customer service. Those people how are you doing it? I mean, you're the front line. You're who people, when they come into the establishment, just because it's McDonald's, I mean, we know they're serving poisons. So it's almost like you say, oh, no way I could be working at McDonald's and be doing holy work. I mean, it's probably a thin line. But if you were just in customer service, working the front, and all the people that come in, you smile, and like if the cups fall on the floor when nobody's looking, you don't use those cups. And it depends on how you're doing what you're doing would draw the thin line, I guess. But I'm gonna stop yapping, and I'm gonna get to this fifth seal right now. Here we go. Because I wanted to say something else about the work, and then I'll put that on the end. All right, then I opened the fifth seal, and I was shown a vision of the dawn of this world. My mouse. And I beheld 2 angels in the sky of this new world, one the angel of holy work, the other the angel of life, and they began to dance with each other in the sky above the earth. Lo, as they danced, they held hands, yea, his hands danced with her hands, and in the motion of their dancing hands, his gift for the children of earth merged with her gift. His gift was the gift of holy work, and her gift was the life force. And when merged, their gift to the children of earth was a great invitation to a great blessing. And the great invitation was to dedicate one's life force to holy work. And the great blessing was the bliss that belongs to each man and each woman who performs their true work. And I beheld a possible blessed future wherein mankind was blessed by the great blessings. For behold, in this great civilization, each child born was encouraged to discover the work of his or her heart, and the hard and distasteful jobs were not left undone, for always some saintly soul felt called to do even the most difficult task for the good of the community. Yea, for some, the true work of their heart was to humbly perform the menial or difficult or mundane task that others desired not, and others felt called to do other works, and each answered the calling of their heart. Yea, the life force of each was dedicated unto holy work, and lo, the life force was cultivated by cultivating life. The things that enhanced life force were encouraged and increased. The things that hindered life force were discouraged and decreased. For behold, one's vitality is not without change, always remaining the same. Rather, the life force, which is our vitality, may increase or decrease according to one's thoughts, words, and deeds. And it was realized that prolonged contact with artificial things, which are the things unnatural, depletes life force. Yea, and contact with natural things like plants and running water and sunlight and fresh air, all these things increase the flow of life force and increased our vitality. And it was realized that the more life force one has, the more life force one may share with others. Wherefore, the life force was cultivated so as to increase that it might be shared with those in need. And this was why the great healers of the great civilization could heal by the laying on of their hands, for from their hands emanated life force. Yea, from the hands of these holy people came healing and comfort, and from their work came abundance, enlightenment, and manifold blessings. Truly, this was a blessed civilization. But behold, I saw the present path of mankind was not the blessed path unto this blessed future, but a twisted path of loveless toil and artificial life. As I was shown a vision of the future to which this present path will lead, behold, this was a future of wrong work for wrong reasons. Yea, the people toil long hours at work, but they work not for love, but for wealth. But few acquired wealth, for the false powers ran the system of wealth and kept most of the wealth unto themselves. Wherefore the people were unhappy, for they worked for wealth, but acquired little more than food and shelter. They dedicated not their work to YHWH, which is an abbreviation for creation. So they dedicated not their work to creation, neither did they perform the work of their heart. YHWH is the plan that was thought of by Yah to create. So there's a work. Creation is at work all around us. All right. So they dedicated not their works to YHWH, neither did they perform the work of their heart. And from their work came forth many abominations, poisons, weapons, and other hurtful things. Lo, rather than revere and cultivate the life force, mankind denied its majesty and made artificial things that damaged and decreased the flow of life force. Yea, man decreased the flow of life force within himself and also within nature. Behold, mankind usurped the rightful role of Mother Nature. Yeah, this is why the life of this is why this is why I said that about creation, making babies in glass tubes and combining the material of one creature with another in ways that nature did not intend. Then, in obedience to the voice of Lucifer, man connected himself to artificial materials and metals, making a second body of Satan. And the people embraced these bodies, for they were promised great miracles of healing and enhanced performance. And for a time, the great promise seemed true. And so the people went further and further until little of their natural bodies were left. Yea, and the second body of Satan, which is flesh mated with metals and artificial materials, will prepare mankind to receive the third body of Satan. And the third body is that of enslaved light, and the false powers will be immortality, and the false promise will be immortality. Lo, I saw that those who refused the body of the beast were at first simply mocked, being called the naturals. Then They were penalized at work, for lo, they who enhanced their natural bodies could perform great feats of productivity. Sorry, something's going on with my mouse. Then, behold, the naturals began to lose parental rights, being accused of harming their children by denying them enhancement. Yea, and then they were denied employment entirely, being made outcast. And the outcasts were forced to leave the cities, for naturals were not welcome. Wherefore the naturals retreated to the wilderness, which is where they felt at home. For they are the few who still love nature and cultivated the life force. And they will be led by the Zeror Nistar, the hidden arm of the Nasareans, for the visible arm had been outlawed, and the hidden powers behind the false powers were the first to take the third body. For behold, Lucifer had promised to make them living immortals, wherefore they did his bidding. Then I opened the sixth seal. All right, so we're going to put that on another video. They're just kind of long, so I was going to try to get them all on one. But what I wanted to say in the beginning when I started talking about that, I'm thinking that these are the seven thunders, these seven seals that Enoch is opening, is because back in 1998, I only had two children then, and I was in a shelter. And it just might have been where I was at in my life. But I started to hear these thunderstorms that were coming like every 3 months. And they sounded like something I never heard before. It sounded like the sky was being like if you took a piece of aluminum and you were wobbling it, and it's like woo 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 woo. And it scared me enough to grab my Bible and started me on my studying to because I knew from when I heard that night. And then months later, I was pregnant with the daughter I was talking to about this here fifth seal. And I was telling my mother, and we were in this little apartment because I had left the shelter and was back with my mom during this time. It was like a year later. And I was telling my mom about these thunderstorms, and it was January. I remember because she made a comment right after I told her about the thunderstorms. And I was like, well, it's 3 months since I heard the last one. And she goes, well, it's January, so we don't really get thunderstorms in January. So if you hear a thunderstorm, yeah, that's something. And then right in front of both of our eyes, lightning struck, and we heard this huge rumble. And it was the sun was out, but it was raining at the same time. It was like one of those rain, and it's January, so that was weird because we live in the Northeast and it's usually freezing cold in January. You don't get thunderstorms. So we both just shut up and went on with our lives. And now she's on the other side. She transitioned back in 2018, and I told her that now that she's over there, she knows all this stuff I was trying to find out to bring it to me. And since she transitioned, I got a connection. I would tell y'all, start talking to your loved ones that are over there, telling them to help you verify some of these things in our world today and make our decisions, because they're over there and they know more than we. They can see more than we can see. And don't believe the hype. They're not on some cloud somewhere. They're right next to you. Start communicating with your loved ones. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I done made this way too long, but I wanted to tell a little story about the seven thunders that I heard way back 20 something years ago. So, and it does coincide with this because at the back of the Megillah, and I'll show you guys a little bit about the guy who did the translation. He said it took him over 20 years, but he released it in 1997. The Holy Megillah, this book I'm reading. So this book's been out for over 20 something years. As far as us being able to find it and stuff, you know how that goes. All right. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.